Welcome back to Fox 4 News at 6. As we mentioned a little earlier, embattled Southwest Florida Congressman Trey Radel is back to posting on Facebook after his cocaine bust.
But it's something he said in person at a press conference 2 weeks ago that still has a lot of people talking. 4 in your corner's Warren Wright is standing by to explain. Warren?
Well, on Facebook and from TV pundits to newspaper editorials, Radel is getting very little support. But one of his statements made at his press conference continues to have people buzzing. Should the men and women who work on Capitol Hill go through mandatory drug testing? We wanted to know, is it a good idea? The congressman who once voted to require food stamp recipients get drug tested had some explaining to do. When asked about his vote at this press conference after his cocaine conviction, he suggested expanding drug testing.
I think members of Congress can and should be tested as well, and maybe it'll help someone else in the future.
You've been posting your thoughts on the Fox 4 Facebook page. Many of you calling Radel's suggestions disingenuous. But we wanted to know what an expert in the field of drug prevention and rehabilitation thinks about this proposal. So I reached out to the Lee County Coalition for a Drug-Free Southwest Florida.
I just don't know if drug testing Congress is a good prevention.
Deborah Camella is the director for the program. She thinks all the money spent on testing everyone on Capitol Hill would be better spent on education.
Let's use that for 5- and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds, so when they get to be in Congress, when they're 25 or 30 or 35, they have the tools not to be drug abusers.
I wanted to know what the people serving in Congress with Radel think about his proposal. Congressman Tom Rooney in Port Charlotte only had this to say, quote, "I don't think Trey is in any position to perpetrate righteousness." Camella from Drug-Free Southwest Florida points out that addiction is a disease that touches almost every family in some way. So it's not like drug testing everyone in Congress will shed any new light on the problem.
I believe that the same percentage of people in Congress are in recovery as the rest of us.
I reached out to the Democrat who wants Radel's congressional seat tonight for her opinion on this matter. April Freeman sending me this statement, quote, "Ordinarily, I would dismiss the suggestion that I submit to a drug test. However, these are not ordinary circumstances in which we, the people of 19th District, find ourselves. For that reason, I will submit myself to a drug test anywhere, anytime. I wish to make clear, however, that I oppose, as I always have, random drug tests for ordinary employees except where clearly authorized by law." Meanwhile, whether or not Radel's proposal will go any further, Radel himself will have to go through court-ordered drug testing as well. Warren Wright, Fox 4, in your corner.